Video stop must be my cue. I was looking through all the names and seeing so many familiar names. I'm so excited to see everybody here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Region 5 update and award ceremony. If you are Region 3, you're in the wrong room, but that's okay. We'll take you. You can stay. Region 5 is very welcoming. So welcome, and we hope you enjoy. So we're going to start with an award ceremony, and then we've got a bit of a region update, and there will be prizes at the end. So stick around till the end, and we can have some fun. So I'm going to hand things over to Rachel Pulowski. She is our Region 5 Awards Chair. So take it away, Rachel.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully everybody is having a, why is my slideshow being all weird? Of course, technical difficulties. I don't want this showing on the slide.
It's in the presentation settings and switch slides or switch screens.
I need a who to what?
When you share your presentation, it's switched the presenter in live. It should do it for you. As Rachel gets her thing going, Michelle did throw in the chat that this is being broadcasted and it's on the Facebook, if I remember correctly. Oh no, YouTube. We're on the YouTube. So if anyone that's not part of here wants to join, by all means, please share the link with them.
Technology.
It is not being my friend right now. I shared. You guys all saw in the pre, I shared.
Yeah, you had it all good.
Rachel, you might stop your share and make sure you don't click the optimize for video because that made it blurry. But go ahead and start your presentation and then come back to the Zoom screen and try sharing it that way and get the screen that's just the PowerPoint. It's okay, all good.
I had the same problem before you got here, Rachel, so it's all good. Welcome, everybody, while Rachel figures this out. Glad to see everybody at the end of the first day. I hope you've had some great sessions. I know I've been in a couple of fantastic ones already. It's a good day, and not even on purpose. I just picked by name of the session, and I was in 2 Region 5 sessions. Not even by choice, just happened that way. Both from the Ohio State University, too. Did you want me to go ahead while you figure things out, Rachel, or do you want me to try and share it? Because you sent it to me. Why don't we try that? Not that I'm going to be any better, but we'll see. We've got this.
I am so sorry, everybody. This is... Okay.
The question is, will I then be able to share mine later? But it's all good. It's all good. Okay. Let's see if I can find Zoom now.
We're working. Here we
yay!
Go. It's like when you say you need tech help, you call the tech guy. The minute he just walks in the door and everything works, and you're like, I swear it was broken. But regardless, welcome to the Region 5 Awards, everybody. My name is Rachel Pulowski. I will be your awards chair for the next 15 minutes. We had a lot of really good applicants this year, so we definitely want to celebrate everybody that applied. And right now we are going to celebrate those that were selected by our committee. So let's get the ball started since I'm already a little late. I want to make this small. Oh, I almost fear. Oh, okay, good. Okay, so the first award we have today is for Excellence in Academic Advising Administrator, which was Donna L.M. Malasky. Donna L.M. Malasky is the Director of Academic Advising at Kellogg Community College, located in Battle Creek, Michigan. During her over 20-year career in higher education, she has worked in residence life, orientation, and academic advising. Once Donna graduated from Michigan State University, she started her academic advising career at Oakland University. After a few years in the academic advising field, she started work on her doctorate in educational leadership with a higher education cognate. Following the completion of her doctorate, Donna began her role at Kellogg Catalog Community College, KCC. She has been at KCC for 6 years in the capacity of establishing and monitoring the college's advising model that supports the college's strategic plan and major initiatives. During Donna's 20-plus years in higher education, she has earned institutional, state, and national awards in academic advising. She is also involved at the national level, serving on NACADA's 2-year commission steering committee, as well as being a NACADA conference proposal reviewer for several years. Lastly, Donna has attended and presented at several state and national conferences and academic advising initiatives. Some comments for her letters of support were, Dr. Molaski interacts with administrator, faculty, and staff from around the institution on various committees to ensure that the academic advising and student perspectives are taken into account in the creation of college policies and procedures. Furthermore, Dr. Molaski is an active advocate for professional development within herself and among her staff. Another comment, Dr. Donna Molaski makes diligent work, important practices, and community building look easy. She clearly cares about her staff and the community she serves. Donna has participated with NACADA for quite some time now, and I believe that she embodies NACADA's core values. I am proud to nominate Donna for this award and cannot think of a more worthy recipient. Let's give a virtual round of applause for Donna. Next, we have Excellence in Advising Faculty Advisor, Janice Mejia. Dr. Janice Mejia is an Associate Professor of Instruction at the McCormick School of Engineering at Northwestern University. She is one of the core faculty members of the Design Thinking and Communication program and teaches introductory engineering design courses. She has also helped to develop and implement an advising model for first-year engineering students. Janice serves as a first-year advisor for students in all engineering disciplines and provides guidance in course and major selection. Her main research interests focus on engineering education, mathematics education, engineering design, and universal design for learning. She holds a PhD in curriculum and instruction with an emphasis on mathematics and science education, an MA in higher education leadership, an MA in organizational leadership, and a BS in industrial engineering. Some comments from her letters of support say, as you already know, starting college can be a very challenging time for many students. As a first-year advisor, Professor Mejia has been instrumental in helping our first-year students successfully make this transition. She goes out of her way to empower our students to not only succeed, but to excel in their pursuit of engineering and personal development. Professor Mejia has brought a positive energy to our engineering school. She cares not only about producing intelligent and competent engineers, but she wants her students to be confident in who they are as individuals. I cannot count how many students who have told me that they would have never graduated from McCormick if they were not for her support and encouragement. It is also worth noting that she has repeatedly been voted on the university's faculty honor roll since arriving on Northwestern's campus. Another comment, I have heard nothing but praise from other students when it comes to Professor Mejia, even from those who have not had the pleasure to be her students or her advisees. She goes above and beyond with her duties, showing genuine care and effort, as evidenced by her adding encouraging praises in her emails. However short the email might be, she always adds something which makes a difference when school seems daunting, or being very understanding and checking in during this pandemic. Let's give a virtual round of applause for Janice Mejia. Next, we have our Innovation and Advising Award, which is going to the Kent State University Exploratory Program. Nicole Cutlin, on behalf of the Exploratory Advising Center academic advising staff in University College at Kent State University, oversees the exploratory program, the largest major for first-year students each fall. With a mission to empower students through purposeful self-discovery, the advising staff works hands-on with students to create a personalized exploration plan. The plan is designed to enrich the first-year experience for undecided students and to expedite a shift into a degree-granting program within the first 3 semesters. Nicole serves as the director of the exploratory program with oversight of the academic advising program, the learning community program, and special population initiatives and programming. Their program, the Major Action Plan Start to Finish program, launched in fall 2018, exemplifies creativity and out-of-the-box innovative advising strategy. The concept of the program was driven by a team of exploratory academic advisors, seen in the slide here. The advisors determined that there was a need to develop a more sustainable and engaging alternative to the current structure of the Major Action Plan advising meeting. The map, launched in fall 2015, serves as one of 6 components of the exploratory plan. The ultimate goal of the map is to assist exploratory students in partnership with their advisor to confidently declare their major before completing 45 KSU semester credit hours, to assist students in making an informed commitment to a declared major, and to increase retention rates of students throughout best practices and student engagement. In fall of 2017, a team of advisors met and determined a new approach would be needed in order to reduce redundancy of information that could be discussed in a format other than one-on-one meetings, thus placing emphasis on the student rather than solely transmitting recommendations to students as uniform advice. A need became apparent to create an opportunity for students to interact with their peers and student leader peers. Additionally, there was a need to ensure a meaningful connection between the student and MAP resources rather than referring for the student to follow up on their own. A need also surfaced to create an experience that prepared students for being adaptable for future advising meetings with different advisors. Lastly, a need to connect students with upper class students who display behaviors and motivations consistent with successful university students would need to be adopted. Advisors decided that the MAP Start to Finish program would be the recommended solution. The MAP Start to Finish program, supplemented by the FYE course lesson, would provide students the opportunity to meet objectives of MAP meeting, as well as assist in creating a sense of belonging, building relationships and familiarity with fellow students, advisors' introductions to new students, and accelerate MAP resource connections to build students' career readiness. Let's give a virtual round of applause to the Kent State University Exploratory Program. Next, we have Excellence in Advising new advisor, Caitlin Talbot. I am from Champaign, Illinois, and am supported by my husband, Dan, and 3 dogs, Rosie, Oski, and Molly. During the day, I am a graduate academic advisor for the MS Library and Information Science Master's Program within the School of Information Sciences at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. And at night, I am finishing up my dissertation on the retention of online career change library and information science students and their use of student affairs services for success. I hope to graduate this spring and continue my work as a graduate advisor for library science students. When I'm not working or writing, I love to put together puzzles, take motorcycle rides, cheer the Illini, I think I said that right, and the Green Bay Packers on to victory. Some comments for the letters of support for Caitlin say, Caitlin continuously puts the needs of her students first. Knowing that our online population cannot drop in for quick advising questions, she is sure to answer all of her student email inquiries first thing in the morning and will not stop seeking guidance until their questions are answered and their challenges are met. Caitlin really goes beyond the norm when seeking out solutions for students' needs. Caitlin understands the importance of breaking down the silos on our large campus and was instrumental in taking the first steps to promote professional networking and development for graduate professionals. Caitlin believes that the more resourceful academic professionals are, the better they are able to assist students to success. Another comment, Caitlin's professionalism, empathy, creativity, and responsiveness are exemplary. In all of her interactions and work, she brings these qualities, and as a result, she is highly respected and admired by students and faculty alike. Students and staff have commented on her even temper and empathetic approach to collaboration and advising. She has mastered graduate timelines, policies, and specific iSchool practices in little time and is thorough and timely in her responses to students. Excellence may be the name of this award, but I can assure you that Caitlin Talbot's dedication to students and her colleagues set her apart from many others. She is tremendous, outstanding, and to me, indispensable. Virtual round of applause for Caitlin. Next, we have Excellence in Advising, primary role, Brooke O'Leary. I have been an academic advisor at The Ohio State University since I began my career in 2009 as a graduate administrative associate within the Fisher College of Business. After finishing my MA in higher education and student affairs from Ohio State in 2011, I moved to the College of Arts and Sciences, where I've served as a professional advisor in both the Department of Geography and currently within the Data Analytics major program. In my current role, I advise the nearly 400 students majoring in data analytics, as well as 2 student organizations, the Data Analytics Path Peers and the Culinary Association. I also teach as a first-year survey course and lead the recruitment, curriculum management, major admission, and event planning efforts for the department. In my personal time, I enjoy hiking, snow skiing, traveling when possible, cooking and baking, reading, supporting causes for social equality and social justice, and spending quality time with my partner and our 1-year-old son, Logan. Comments from letters of support for Brooke Brooke relies on her creative problem-solving skills and respect for students to elevate even the smallest of her interactions. For example, even before the last half year when video conferencing became widespread, she overcame some scheduling conflicts by offering such remote meetings when the situation warranted it. Brooke's outstanding independence, responsibility, and initiative are essential for success in her complex position with many dotted line supervisors. Brooke has a clear, high-level view of her responsibilities, independently plans her activities to be most effective at supporting student success, and is careful to balance new initiatives with ongoing responsibilities so that nothing falls through the cracks. By nearly any measure, Brooke is unquestionably a successful academic advisor. She is a font of big ideas and independently shepherds many of them into programs, from obtaining supervisory guidance, recruiting and organizing collaborators, creating detailed plans and materials, obtaining approvals, and finally implementing the program. Virtual round of applause for Brooke. And last, but in no way the least, we have the Service to Region 5 Award, which goes to Deborah Deb Dotterer. Deb Dotterer has worked at Michigan State University in academic advising for more than 28 years. Prior to her appointment as Assistant Dean for University Advising and Project Director for the Student Information System Modernization, Dotterer served as an Assistant Dean and Director of Undergraduate Studies for MSU's College of Natural Science, an academic advisor for the MSU College of Engineering, and Assistant to the Dean for James Madison College. Earlier in her career, Dotterer also served as the manager of evening services at Ivy Tech State College in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and as the Dean of Admission and Financial Aid for St. Francis College in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Dotterer is the former NACADA Region 5 chair, having also served as Michigan Liaison to the Regional Steering Committee, chair of the STEM Advising Commission, an emerging leader mentor, a Great Lakes Great Leader mentor, chair of the Professional Development Committee, member of the Regional Review Working Group, co-chair of the Regional Review Implementation Committee, as well as chairing many regional and statewide conference planning teams. Dotterer received her BS in Education from Miami University, Oxford, Ohio, and her MA in College and University Administration at Michigan State University. It was definitely hard to narrow down some comments from her letters of support, but here I'll give it a try. Few persons that I know through NACADA have been as active and productive in championing advising at the association, regional, state, and institutional levels as Deb. Deb just completed a 3-year stint as a member of the NACADA Regional Task Force and a 2-year term as chair of the NACADA Professional Development Committee. In both these roles, Deb left her imprint on 2 of the larger association projects in recent association history: Region Review and Core Competencies Development. Deb served as the Region 5 chair from 2013 to 2015. In her role as region chair, she led the Region 5 steering committee and represented advisors across the region. She oversaw the largest regional conference in NACADA's history at that time in Indianapolis in 2015. She has played an integral role in mentoring new NACADA leaders through the Great Lakes Great Leaders program and helped complete a much-needed update of the Region 5 operating principles in her term as chair as well. Prior to her time as Region Chair, Deb played key roles in the last 2 Region 5 conferences hosted in the state of Michigan. She has served key roles within her state organization, NACADA, as well. In all my experiences with Deb, she has provided excellent leadership, personal commitment to quality service to colleagues, and a strong professional work ethic. These qualities have been invaluable to the success of Region 5 and are important dimensions of the quality programs and services we value as an organization. Another comment: I worked closely with Deb when the core competencies for academic advising were developed. Deb was an integral contributor to the project, and she ultimately succeeded me in the role as chair for the NACADA Professional Development Committee. Subsequently, she spearheaded the gap analysis project that the PDC undertook to see where NACADA could focus their efforts with professional development initiatives. Of interest is how Deb strongly advocated for including the core competencies identification for presenters at the regional conference. That way, participants can easily identify which competencies are being covered and addressed in a specific session. And I don't know about you guys, but I find that essential when picking sessions. Last comment: to me, one of the best examples of Deb's leadership philosophy is that she always volunteers at Region 5 conferences and NACADA annual conferences. No matter how many committee meetings, presentations she gives, or other commitments, Deb serves where needed. She is a servant leader and seeks to help members feel welcome and part of this great organization. Let's give a huge virtual round of applause for Deb. I want to say congratulations to all of our winners this year, and please make sure to keep an eye out for future NACADA emails for submissions for our awards. There's lots of amazing advisors out there, and we love to celebrate them. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. And thank you, award winners. You make us proud. This is probably the one thing I'm sad about not having an in-person conference in my time as chair, is because our award ceremonies at the region conference and not being able to be there in person to celebrate with you guys. But that was amazing, Rachel. Thank you for all those lovely words you said about everybody as well. So congratulations to all our winners. Now here's Trisha's task of the day. Can I successfully share my screen? Okay, is everybody seeing my screen? And there's no like, you're not seeing the next slides on the side. I got the right one. Amazing. Okay, welcome. So after our lovely award ceremony, here's something you might want: the code for the event game. So if you enter AWRD21 into the event game, and I'm going to write it down because otherwise I'm going to forget, because it's going to be on this slide. We'll pop it in the chat at the end as well. You can get some points in our event game. So I hope you're playing along with that. So moving right along, I'm just going to cover some region stuff. I'm going to introduce some people. We're going to do some talking and hopefully have some time at the end for a little chat if anybody's interested, and I will be giving away prizes, so stick around for that. All right, so my region goals for this year, which was interesting because these were written, pandemic had started, we were unsure what was happening, so I picked a couple of relatively easy ones that were to review our region awards and to make sure we're offering what we should be, that our awards are relevant and timely, as the ones Rachel just presented. So Rachel and I actually are both sitting on a organization-wide awards committee where we're reviewing them for all regions to make sure we're consistent, that we all have what we're supposed to. So that one's ongoing, so I'm not sure if I'll have that one done by the time my chairship is up in October, but it is moving forward and we're working on that. So at this point in time, we're hoping to make a few tweaks for the next award cycle, but it might not be completely where we want it to be, but please keep your eye out on those. The other goal that I was working on is updating the region operating principles, which, as I heard Deb did during her time, similar. We're working on a template to make them consistent throughout the regions. So I'm working on that as well. So really exciting stuff there that I'm doing. Well, the awards part is. All right. Really, really fun, impactful stuff I'm talking to you about here. So finances. So again, that's the thing that's been interesting during the pandemic, because typically the region is funded through the conference, and we didn't have a conference last year. So NACADA is lovely and a fantastic organization, and is going to keep us moving so that we can still do the things we need to do, which are the number one thing we spend money on is our awards and our scholarships. So that's not going anywhere. We will continue to have those. Have no fear. Our awards will continue for years to come. Same with our mentoring program giveaways, such as at the end of this session. And then if we have any planning meetings that we need to have for future conferences is where our money goes. So nothing's happening with that. It's all continuing. We got you. Region 5 is not going anywhere. All right, so the first thing I want to do now is thank the amazing steering committee that we have in Region 5. So I've introduced myself, Patricia. I'm from Ontario Tech University in today, the very lovely Ontario, Canada. It's a beautiful day outside. And as of very recently, the last few weeks, we have our new incoming chair, Jamie Engel from DePaul University. So Jamie will take over at the end of the 2021 conference, which I will be at in person as long as they open that border. So Jamie and I are going to be working together over the next few months to ensure a smooth transition. Other members of our steering committee include Courtney Llewellyn from Indiana University School of Medicine. She is our mentoring chair. So Courtney just, I believe it was yesterday, had our mentoring program where she matched new advising professionals with more experienced professionals to help them in development as advisors. So Courtney's been doing that for a few years with us. I thank her immensely. Again, wish we could be in person to let her know how much I appreciate everything she has done for us for the last few years. And one of the last things Courtney did as well was help us find a new mentoring chair. So Diana Dingman from Indiana University Bloomington is going to be coming on as our new mentoring chair. So please look for information from Diana in the new year or late this year, I guess, to sign up for our mentoring program, because we are always looking for both mentors and mentees to join us in that. Rachel is our awards chair, who you've heard from already. I didn't like the wording of Rachel's where she said for the next 15 minutes I'm your awards chair. She's not getting away that easily. Rachel is continuing as our awards chair. So even beyond the 15 minutes, she is still our awards chair. So Rachel will be dealing with that cycle again with us. And our communication coordinators, if you are following us on any social media platform, that is not me. I had the fantastic foresight of getting two lovely people, Lorraine Ambrosio and Lisa Helm, our social media communication people. So they are fantastic. They're the ones you're seeing out there posting all that stuff on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. So feel free to interact with them on those social media platforms. Okay. And my state and province liaisons. Kaya Hendrickson is our Wisconsin liaison. Andrea Legato is our Ontario Nunavut liaison. And Maya Calloway Richardson is our Michigan liaison. I'm going to stop after those three because those three are my veterans. They're in their final year as the liaison, so their term is up at the end of the annual conference. So we had the same term. They came on when I did. They've been with me the whole time. It's been lovely. And then our new additions as of last year are Christina Allen, our Indiana liaison, Brandy Parker, our Illinois liaison, and Lydia Rawl, our Ohio liaison. So they are with us until 2022. Thank you all for everything you do. Oh, and I'll take this opportunity to remind you all that you have, it's called Area Connection Time tomorrow morning, where you will break out into the individual states and provinces, and they will also have prizes. So make sure you attend and talk with people from your area. And because of those three who are done in October is when I will mention that we will be having upcoming elections for the liaison positions for Michigan, Ontario Nunavut, and Wisconsin. So I don't have an exact date on those, but in the coming months, you will get an email from me if you live in those areas asking you if you would like to put yourself forward or nominate somebody else. This is a great stepping position into the into NACADA leadership. No experience necessary. Come on in and join us. We're happy to have people. It is an election, so you will put yourself up for election, and only the people from your, only Michigan people will vote for the Michigan liaison. So keep your eye out for that. And if you're interested, want to know what's involved, please let me know. I'm happy to answer questions, or go to that meeting tomorrow and talk with your liaison there. They can also help you out. All right, I'm actually going to now pass it off to the amazing Michelle Gross and JP Villavicencio, who are our conference committee chairs. I want to say for at least 3 years, maybe more. I still remember the meeting at one of the annual conferences where JP brought the proposal for Milwaukee in, and we agreed to that. So it's been a long haul. I'm so glad that they both agreed after 2020 was canceled to stick around and help out with this one this year, because it was amazing. And I keep saying they're my favorite conference chairs because they're the only ones I've had the entire time that I have been here. So they will forever be in my reign, my favorite conference chairs. So I'm going to pass it on to those two just so we can properly thank their committee.
Thank you, Patricia. So yeah, I actually did the math this morning. It's been 4 years. 4 years ago is when the whole proposal thing started. So it's just been a blur. I can't believe it's been that long. But no, thank you all. This is we've been excited to be a part of this and kind of take on this opportunity, and it's been a blast. But again, we're just a few individuals. Really, it's our conference committee team over these past few years that have done a lot of the great work. So thank you for including them on the slide here, Patricia, because that really helps us out. Because I mean, this conference, we it's all due to them too, because they do a lot of legwork to really kind of help this out in there. And I think the other unsung heroes that are not listed here is the EO staff. So the executive office, for those who aren't familiar, at NACADA, they did a lot of the background work to kind of get this going. So this pivot to a virtual conference is really working because of the work that they have put in. So sorry, Michelle, I think I just took everything there,
No, you're
so.
good. No, I just wanted to, I guess, add just another thing, like, if any of you have had the opportunity to work on a virtual conference, I mean, maybe this year would have been the first year, I don't know, but if you do moving forward, I would strongly recommend it. While there were some definite, I guess, challenges, I mean, it was a great learning experience too. I mean, very different than like an in-person, right? So a lot more collaboration, I think, even though you think an in-person one would have a lot, just because, yeah, we were working with the executive office so much and they did so much, but then also sometimes we felt like, are we doing everything we're supposed to be doing? So, but it was just a really great experience. And I know at the beginning of the conference day, Casey used the term heroes and JP used the term unsung heroes. And I just really want to thank the committee for their flexibility and their willingness to deal with ambiguity. And I mean, just very resilient throughout this whole process. And hopefully, yeah, I wish we were going to be in person. I know a couple of people have echoed that, but such a fun group of people to work with. And I think that hopefully moving forward, we can see you all again in person in the future. But yeah, just want to add on to what JP already said, like, just there's not enough words of thank you for the committee.
I agree. See, and this is why you have fabulous people, because they say things way better than you ever could. So thank you both. When we will be in Cincinnati, I am just going to say when we're in Cincinnati, not if, we must do something. You will get the biggest Canadian hugs ever. But I can't wait to see everybody. I actually don't know if Michelle and I have actually met in person yet. I feel like we've only virtually met each other. So
yeah, because you didn't actually come to Milwaukee for our initial meeting.
Nope. So
sure
it'll be the first
conference, or I don't know, but yeah.
We'll get there. So thank you for the committee, especially though there were some people on the committee who completely pivoted what they were doing in 2020 to something new in 2021. I'm looking at you, Terry Farr, took on something completely different out of the zone of what they're used to, but stepped up to the plate and helped us out. So we appreciate everything that you did, and I hope you're enjoying today and tomorrow. All right, so ways that you can get involved now that you've heard how awesome people who work in Region 5 are. So apply for some of those openings on the steering committee that I mentioned. So those 3 liaison positions that we are having elections for coming up. Great way to get involved. So the way it works on cycles. So we just had Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, and now we're having Wisconsin, Michigan, and Ontario, and then it'll flip. Next year, we'll do the other 3 again. So it's only ever 2 years away that you can have an opportunity to join in as a state or province liaison. You could host a drive-in at your institution or virtually if you wanted to do that. Join the conference committee or volunteer at the conference. Not as much of an opportunity this time for volunteer as we're virtual, but it is something in the future. When we're on site, we always need volunteers for registration desk, for facilitating, evaluations, things like that. So always opportunities for volunteering. Join your advising communities. So does not have to be region connected, but pick one of the advising communities. You get to choose up to 4 with your registration. So get involved with those. Reading conference proposals and awards applications. So Jamie, our proposal chair, and Rachel, the awards chair, I'm sure would let you know that they greatly appreciate all of the folks who step up to the plate and help them read those. And that's on both the region level and the global level, that they need people to read those. So it's a great way to get involved. It's not a whole lot of time. If you're not a people person or forward facing, it's a way to get involved without having to be too extroverted. The Emerging Leaders Program has a soft spot in my heart. I was an emerging leader myself, and I'm currently a mentor. So go ahead and apply for that. If you have any questions, please let me know. And you can write for the NACADA Journal is also a way to get involved. Go Region 5. All right, so some upcoming events that I want to highlight are the Region Conference in 2022. We don't have dates yet, but we will be in Indianapolis. So as I talked about the volunteers, they will be looking for you. Give it time. We have some conference chairs for that, and they will be looking for you once they know where and when they're going. Things are going to get started to move on that once these region conferences are done, because the executive office has enough on their plate. We don't need to put 2022 on there just yet, but they'll get there. It is a never-ending cycle of region conferences. The next big thing is the NACADA annual conference this year is in Region 5. So it's in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we might not have had an in-person conference, but annual this year, it's going to be a bit of a hybrid is what we're being told. So it will be in person, but there will also be a virtual component to it. I heard from one of the chairs of the conference yesterday, they are looking for volunteers. So go on the NACADA website, reach out to them if you are willing to do anything, or when that call comes out for looking for volunteers for the conference. That's a great way to get involved. I'm a fan of working the ribbon table at annual conference because it's a great way to talk to people and help them pick out the ribbons. It's one of my favorite volunteer opportunities. And we have Global Advising Week coming up. I don't know if everybody else saw that email or was the NACADA next week or wherever it was, but they were listing all, there's like a bingo, and I think there was like a Kahoot, stuff that's right up my alley. So I'm very excited about Global Advising Week. All right, door prizes time. All right. This was a disaster last time I tried it, if anybody was there in the spring. So all I'm going to do is there are 127 people. I'm going to do a random number generator between 1 and 127, and then I'm literally going to count down that number of people. Of course, it's not like 5, it's 82. So now I need my people. So bear with me, talk amongst yourselves. Except I got to start at the top. I'm literally counting to 82. I'm at 22. 40. 60. 'Kay, we're getting close. 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. I have 82 as Kim Shamsi. Again, if this is not completely accurate, you can blame me and the random number generator. But Kim Shamsi, if you can send me in the chat I got your name, but your name and your email address, and I should tell you what the door prizes is. It's some NACADA cash. So $50 NACADA cash that you can spend on books, materials, things like that. So congratulations, Kim. So get me that email address and we will get you the details on how that's going to work. And then next one, I keep meaning to find a more fun way to do this, but this one's 37. So that's much easier as I scroll back up. I'm going to use the arrows this time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I have as Deanna Shine. Deanna Shine. You're the next contestant on the NACADA Bucks Are Yours. All right, so I've written your names down. I'm also going to, can I do the chat when I'm open here? Yes, I can. I'm also going to put my email in the chat so you can also send it to me there to make sure we get you that prize. So they'll explain the instructions on how you use it. Jamie, your incoming chair, I believe, won last year, so she can tell you how that works. All right, so this point, that's all I have to share. I'm happy to chat, answer any questions you have. If you aren't comfortable popping them in the chat and asking now, you can email me. My email address is up on the screen, or you can find it on the NACADA webpage. You can find the contact information for the entire steering committee on that NACADA webpage as well. And don't forget to stay up to date by joining the Facebook page and following us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And now I can look at the chat because if I can figure out how to stop sharing. We don't use Zoom at my institution, so it makes me feel like I don't know what I'm doing. All right, now I get to see all of you. Hello, there you all are. Anybody, I don't know if you guys have the ability to chat. You might have to chat in the in the chat bar. I think only.
You can unmute. I've changed the settings.
Oh, thanks, Michelle. So you can unmute if anybody wants to just chat and say hi. Go for it.
Patricia, there was a question that came through the chat earlier asking about volunteers for the next region conference and how that call is going to go out. So how do individuals get connected with that?
Oh, do I have Karen? Oh, Karen, I saw her first. Karen Svengler, who's on row 2 of mine here, is one of our conference co-chairs. So my guess would be you would hear from her, likely see something on one of our social media pages. But usually, if I'm remembering correctly, it's been a while since we've had an in-person, an email goes out asking for volunteers. So Karen's giving me a thumbs up. So you will hear from the conference committee. If you were looking to be on the conference committee,
you will definitely hear from us.
There's Kara.
Yes, and please, by any means, I'm going to put my email address in the chat too. So if you're interested in being on the committee or helping us, please just let me know.
Awesome. And Kara, Karen, their emails, and Jackie, I don't know if Jackie's here or not, they're listed in the NACADA leadership as the 2022 conference chairs. So by all means, connect with them if you're interested in helping them out on their conference committee, because they're still building that right now. And feel free to talk to any of our 2021 conference committee. It's obviously the experience will be a little bit different because we'll be in person. So if you want any information or want to know anything